welcome to my channel, Amy's Artistic Allure, and in this video I'm going to be discussing exposure with you. So let's get right into it. Exposure, and I'm going to explain this the best way I can. Exposure is lighting, to put it simply, and a picture of what you capture from your camera. And say, for example, and you can imagine this whether you're taking a picture of it or you're just seeing it. There's trees lining up on a side of the road, and then it's a nice mid-evening, but the sun is still out and it's just glaring through between the branches and the trees. That's a good way to explain exposure. I'm going to show you some of my pictures so you can get a better detail. What it is. But you want to go out because you plan to get some inspiration, and it's a sunny day and there's some clouds in the sky, so you think, oh, okay, that'll be okay, it'll be good to get some pictures. The problem with that is that depending on where you're taking pictures, and it's still a huge possibility speaking from experience, you can get too high of exposure. So what that means is when you get a picture, once you click it on your camera and you capture it, your picture will look very blurry almost, and it will look very, very bright. And every photographer's done it. I can show you some of my examples of what I've done in the past from too much exposure, and that's not something you're going to want in your photos. To avoid too much exposure in your picture there's a couple of ways. Different angling can help, so lowering your camera onto the ground or just not having it too high up in the air. To look for a different picture, you can avoid having too bright of pictures. So you would be getting some darkness in your pictures. It would help with a good amount of exposure, but not too much. For example, if you go onto the sidewalk and there's leaves scattered everywhere, it's fall coming up, fall is here basically, so I'm trying to give you guys a good visual. And then you can tilt your camera at an angle to where it's close to the leaves, and you can snap the picture and then check it out and see what that does to your camera. Then there is also what's called a camera meter. A camera meter helps you determine the value of how much lighting is going to be in your picture. And of course, you can change it into settings if it's too high or too low, or if you think something might be off, then check out your settings. But like if you have a Nikon or a Sony or a Canon, a legitimate camera that photographers use, then yes, you will have what's called camera meter. But if you have a Polaroid camera, high chances are you won't. With camera metering, it also helps you determine the right amount of shutter speed. And for shutter speed, to give you a good idea of what that is, so there's waterfall, like you're at a waterfall and you have your camera with you, or you don't, you have your phone with you, and then you snap a picture of the waterfall. It keeps it in place, it freezes the picture in time for you guys. And now that the leaves are changing, do you guys like red, orange, yellow, different multi-shades of colors? Because fall is basically here. So, like fall? Or do you like winter? Do you like summer? What is your preference? And if you don't have a particular favorite season, okay, I don't know how I did that again, but it doesn't matter. If you don't have a particular favorite season, then what other photos interest you? What seasonal photos interest you? Well, for now, I will see you in the next one. Bye!